The speed that she makes those transitions is incredible. Now looking to work in that rear naked choke again. You can see the left arm is under the neck. This time she does have the hands grasp.
They're going to just get that right hook in and get her a little more leverage. Oh, now she's lost the opportunity.
Next backs away, back up on the feet. A little more than a minute remains here in the second round of our championship fight.
Didn't get what the decision I want, but we didn't get a loss either, so I felt like I won it, the last couple rounds, so it's cool. Lamont is a great fighter. Hopefully I can get that rematch because I know what I can do in a fight, but it's cool.
Okay, questions?
Okay. Tank, it's KG with Fight Hype. I wanted to ask Tank, when the decision was read, the way that you reacted, it looked like you was upset. You slammed your gloves on the canvas. What was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
I didn't slam my glove on the canvas.
Okay, maybe I mistook from my vantage point, so that's my mistake. But what was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
Nobody like a draw, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more, and I should have did more. I was lost in I lost track in the rounds. That's why we need what is it called? Yeah, man. I didn't know what.
2 minutes, come on. A lot of effort being shown by these girls. Got to be very, very tiring.
There you go. Walking forward.
Side kick.
That's trying to use the range to.
But didn't get what the decision I want, but we didn't get a loss either, so I felt like I won it, the last couple rounds, so it's cool. Lamont is a great fighter. Hopefully I can get that rematch because I know what I can do in a fight, but it's cool.
Okay, questions?
Okay. Tank, it's KG with Fight Hype. I wanted to ask Tank, when the decision was read, the way that you reacted, it looked like you was upset. You slammed your gloves on the canvas. What was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
I didn't slam my glove on the canvas.
Okay, maybe I mistook from my vantage point, so that's my mistake. But what was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
Nobody like a draw, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more, and I should have did more. I was lost in I lost track in the rounds. That's why we need what is it called? Yeah, man.
212.
Great action back and forth.
She's tired. Going for the single leg. I wonder if she's going to have the strength. Oh, and picks her up.
Wow.
My respect tonight. Definitely one of the first fighters to put Tank to the test. Was matching fire with fire. That was a good fight. For me, I need to see a rematch ASAP. But yeah, Tank definitely took the knee 100%. I see Roach winning that 7-5 personally. But boxing is business, so they were never going to let him have that win. Roach's timing was on point though. No easy knockouts tonight. The sharp counters, real, very good fighter. Let me know what you guys think, if that robbery was fair or not.
See a slam?
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Takes her out to the center and just dumps her on the ground into mount. What a show of strength.
And Lamont Roach's fight versus Tank Davis just ended in a draw. And based on what I just seen, he was winning the fight. But you know what makes it worse? What makes it worse is Tank Davis took a knee. When you take a knee in boxing, that's supposed to be an automatic knockdown. They literally let Tank Davis take a knee. The referee wanted the count. He chose not to count. He went to the corner, wiped off his hair, wiped off his eye, and then kept fighting. And to me, that makes no sense. How are you able to do that and not be a knockdown? Yo, boxing is crazy, bro. This stuff is wild. And you know what makes it even wilder? His excuse said, I just got my hair done and my hair was in my eye. Bruh, cut your hair. This is boxing, man. Y'all dudes be trying to look too pretty. But with all that being said, it was a great fight. I just hate the ending. Give that man Lamont Roach the knockdown so he can go ahead.
From the smaller fighter.
I think that's what comes when you lose 2 times in a row. She's not letting it go.
Not letting it happen. The high mount here for Bedoy. Final seconds. 10 seconds left in the second round. Again.
Perfect record. His fight with Lamont Roach was scored as a majority draw. Roach threw more punches and landed more punches on Gervonta. Just look at the numbers. And was this a knockdown? Roach after the fight wasn't satisfied, and he said if that was scored as a knockdown, he would have won the fight tonight. Gervonta after the fight said that some grease from his hair just got in his eyes and he couldn't see well. Crowd started booing Tank, his own crowd. We all know boxing fans. They love you one day, they hate you one day. That's exactly what Tank said. What do you think really happened? Was that because Lamont is really that guy? Or is it because Tank really needs to take time to himself, retire, go back to school as he mentioned? I don't know, but you go ahead.
Threatening to end the fight at the end of the round. You see Hex trying to roll out of this position. Does get a little sweep and maybe an attack on the leg at the end, but we run out of time.
Well, both of us back today was that again. Nobody won. Nobody won. He can sit there and say, I didn't get knocked out. That's the only thing that's good to say. I didn't get knocked out. Maybe that was his championship because he did. You know what I'm saying? He fought a brilliant fight. So he goes off to him. You know what I'm saying? You know, Tank was talking about retiring stuff. That might change that.
Taking the past experience, and she really game planned for it, and I think we're seeing it here.
No doubt. Third round here, the main event at Lingerie Fighting Championships 24 Euro Bash.
Wow, tried for that little...
Tank Davis. He's returning to defend his WBA lightweight title against Lamont Roach, who is moving up from super featherweight. Tank Davis is these days kind of averaging 1 fight a year, which is a shame. He wants to have 3 more fights and then retire by the end of 2025. Does he get 3 fights this year? Does he actually retire by the end of the year? Who knows? But this may be one of the last times we see him, at least for now. So catch him while you can. One of the most exciting, one of the most hard-hitting fighters in the sport, and we suspect once again that he wins, and I suspect that he wins via stoppage once again. He is one of the hardest-hitting guys in the history of the sport, and we suspect that if he gets by Roach, there could be some big fights on the horizon this year. We don't know, but he's got to get by Lamont Roach first. That test goes down this
roundhouse backwards kick, and unfortunately got that caught up. No, nice trip.
Outside trip to the ground there off the caught kick, as you said, Ken. Now side control. Jolene Hex likely needs to get a finish, isolating that right arm. Now looking to attack.
I didn't seem to like the draw. Did you think that was the right call?
Nah, man, I ain't gonna lie. I love Gervonta. Obviously, we come from a lot of the same shit. But I love boxing, and I seen Lamont Roach outclass Gervonta Davis tonight.
Yeah.
And I ain't against Tank. I'm just a boxer. If you ask me, I'm gonna keep it real.
Yeah.
I thought Lamont did enough to receive the victory.
Yeah.
Obviously, it didn't go his way. It was a good fight. The boxing fans won. And shit. About the knockdown, I think if anytime you take a knee or touch the canvas, blood touch, and it's through to a blunt punch, or even if you hurt and you go down, that's a knockdown. That's what I know from the rules of boxing since it started. You touch the canvas, it was not counted. He put a halt to the fight to go get his face wiped. These are all penalties, points, all different shit. So, you know, from the game that I know if I was in that bitch, that would have been a knockdown. But it is what it is. Can't let the cash cow go. You filling out these arenas, you do have to do that.
Yeah, man, G. So, I mean, he was better against Frank Martin. It looked like he was flat.
Styles make fights.
Yeah.
Styles make fights.
Yeah.
And Lamont Roach is a stellar fucking fighter. If you know Lamont Roach, know his father, know his brother, know they come from a great pedigree of boxing.
Back the left arm as well in a crucifix position. This is a bad spot.
Oh no.
Bedoy. There's a leg scissor choke.
No,
we saw that be effective earlier tonight. Can she hang on? Rolling over with it. Oh, look at the lock in there. There's definitely pressure on the neck right now. Bedoy, but pops out. Now top position for Andrea Bedoy.